Hi everyone, happy Thanksgiving. It is Thursday, November 25th, and I'm so excited to be able to celebrate with you, to talk about some special people that I am grateful for and thankful for. We're going to do our today's Bible verse as well. Let's get started. And so today's Bible verse comes from 1 Timothy chapter 4, verses 4 through 5. It says, "For everything God created is good, and nothing is to be rejected if it is received with thanksgiving, because it is consecrated by the word of God and prayer." So let's read that one again. "For everything God created is good, and nothing is to be rejected if it is received with thanksgiving, because it is consecrated by the word of God and prayer." So let's talk about who we're thankful for today. I like to make my posts on Facebook and everything, and I started writing it all out, and it was going to get so long, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to save it for this. So, tell me who you are thankful for, who has made an impact in your life that maybe you haven't told them lately that you're thankful for, right? So I have my family that I am thankful for, and I am thankful for my mom and dad, that I'm still blessed to have them with us, Kay and Bill, and we just finished our big family Zoom just a few minutes ago, where my parents were on it, and my sister and her family, my sister Sarah, her husband Chip, and their three girls, Emma, Kate, and Jane. I am very thankful for them, and I'm thankful for my brother's family, Brian and his wife Ashley, and their girls, Lily and Olive. And of course, I'm very thankful for my own family, which is my husband Jim, and our three children, Kelly, AJ, and Grace. And AJ has Duchenne muscular dystrophy, and which brings me to that, not everything in life is great, but it is all good, because as we just read, God has given us the opportunity to take everything that we experience and use it for good. And, someone like AJ, or someone who's battling some kind of chronic illness, disease, whatever it may be, can let it make them bitter, or they can find the positives in it. And for me, the positive of the Duchenne community, of finding other parents out there that are raising kids just like my son, has been such a blessing to me. I wouldn't actually trade that for anything. I've met people all over the world, all over the country, that are now my Facebook friends, and we're here to encourage and support one another, and that's what we do in the Duchenne community. So I'm very thankful for that in my life. I'm very thankful for all of my, right now I do a lot of PTA work, for schools, and my children are all adults now. I don't even have kids in school anymore, but I still love mentoring up and coming parents and leaders, who want to be involved to support the students and staff of their schools and everything. And so I'm very grateful for all the friends that I've made through that community. I've made some really good lifelong friends like Sandra and Renee and Bruce and Bob and Carol, and all sorts of people. I can't even name them all, because there's so many throughout the years that I have come to respect and love working with. And so if I didn't name you, don't be upset. It just means that there's too many of you. And if you're on my friends list, you know that I appreciate you. But again, the theme is we're here to say we're thankful for those around us. And I think sometimes when we get busy doing the work or the volunteer stuff that we're doing, whether it's your paid job or volunteer, we forget about the thank you parts. We forget about saying that we appreciate those that are helping us and working with us and giving us the support that we need, and which enables us to give everyone else the same support back, right? So I'm also grateful for those who, I struggle with chronic kidney disease, so I can empathize with others who have health issues, and we're all there to support one another as well. So tell me in the comments who you are thankful for today that you haven't had a chance to tell yet. Don't be shy. Put it in there, or take a moment today to go and message that person. I'm thankful that even though we don't have my husband's mom and dad alive with us anymore, that we still have his brother and his sister, and he's already talked to them today. And yes, family always. And life can be very fleeting. We never know when our time to go see Jesus will be, but in all things, we need to be grateful to God, and we're grateful to God through Jesus, because Jesus is the one who died for us and has given us the opportunity to be able to connect and everything. So, so take that time. If you haven't said a specific thank you to someone lately, take that time. That could be even, I even think that's the good thing we should do. If you go out shopping this weekend and you see face to face a cashier or something, tell them thank you, for being your cashier person that day, because they could be having a very busy, hectic, chaotic day, and that might be the one nice thing that somebody does for them. We need to show appreciation. It's not just for family or friends, it's for everyone, and we should be able to acknowledge that. And I'm trying to think, who else was I going to... I had this whole long thing, lots of family and friends, I love Facebook and the fact that we can stay connected, and many of us would never have met in person if it wasn't for Facebook and the internet. So guess what? I can be thankful for Facebook, and I can be thankful for all the different social media platforms, even though they have their negative side too, but the positives for me are what I focus on. And so have you guys had your dinners yet? We haven't eaten yet. Our turkey will be done around 5 o'clock, so we're just, counting down the time when we can put everything together. We're going to have our meal. My daughters, Kelly and Grace, and their significant others, Trevor and Tony, are going to come visit us at our house tomorrow. So we're going to do another kind of Thanksgiving tomorrow, a family meal. But we're not going to do the turkey and stuff tomorrow. We're going to do different things that they requested from their dad, since dad does the cooking and not mom. So we're going to do things like lasagna, and since our youngest daughter is vegan, we've made a vegan type of stuffed cabbage roll for her, things like that. So we're going to have 2 meals. We'll do our traditional turkey meal tonight with just me, myself, and I, me, my husband, and my son, AJ. And I'm grateful that we're all here. We never know, as my dad said on our live, that he's alive, and I think we need to appreciate that, because we're all at different phases in our lives, right? And if you're having a rough day, don't let it get bog you down, know that... Yep, exactly, Joshua. I'm so sorry for the loss of your friends and all of that. And yes, take the time to text or send a Facebook message or or even an email to somebody that, you haven't spoken to maybe for a while. And not because anything was wrong, just because life has gotten busy, but you want to take that time to connect with them again. That's what I did this morning. I texted a whole bunch of my friends that I haven't talked to in a little bit, and I just told them Happy Thanksgiving and let them know that I was thinking about them. And definitely don't put it off. Because I do have some friends that are struggling with some health issues, so we can't take for granted that we're going to be here tomorrow or later today or 3 weeks from now. So so I'm hoping that when I get back to our it's now going to be called the visiting home, but back to our original home where our daughters are, that I can have some lunch dates with some friends since I'll be there in person. And but you know what else I am also grateful for is the opportunity to speak like this to in a virtual setting, whether it's a Facebook Live or a YouTube video or a Zoom meeting or Microsoft Teams, if that's the one you like to use. But we just did a family Zoom. So we had people in Upper Maryland there. We had, we're on the Eastern Shore of Maryland, and my sister's family is in upstate New York. And, we were all able to get together and connect and see each other, and, well, thank you, Joshua. You know what? That means a lot. I mean, I enjoy doing these. I don't do it for, accolades or anything, but if I reach one person a day, that is perfectly happy with me. I felt like God was saying it's time to get back out there and chat a little bit and have those conversations of support, because I'm all about the encouragement and support in life. I know we all struggle with a lot of things, and happy Thanksgiving, Shelley. And thank you for hopping on. And but I love this virtual ability to be able to connect. And because I'm still doing a lot of volunteer work in my old county where I was versus here, and it still allows me to stay connected and involved and have opportunities to teach and do things like that. So I'm very grateful for the opportunity to have the social media, to have the virtual meeting options and things like that. And I hope moving forward we keep those options going. I do miss some of the in-person things, but I don't miss the gas prices and having to drive at night and all of that. Yes, I know in retirement I've actually gotten myself a little bit busier than I intended, but it's all good. I think that's what God knew I needed to be doing right now, and I don't miss driving at night back and forth to meetings, because I can do 2 meetings a night, because it's just a click of a button. I leave one meeting and go to another one, so I think that has some advantages, and don't have to cancel for inclement weather. If it's snowy outside, as long as my internet doesn't go out, we're good, right? So, I hope everybody has been able to spend a little bit of time with some family, whether it's virtually like this or in person. I hope everybody has been able to have some good food today. So I'm still going to be, we still have a Bible verse to do every day for the rest of November. And then I got to figure out what we're going to do for December. Do you still want to do a Bible verse a day? Is there a theme we should do for Christmas? Maybe I should do something Advent related, maybe. I don't know. Give me some ideas, because I kind of want to keep this going. Now in December, I'll have to be doing my lives from our other house, so I got to figure out a room where that works. I won't have my pretty trees with me, but give me some ideas, put them in the comments or send them to me, in a message, whatever. But, I'm looking forward to keeping this up. I kind of want to make it my goal now to just pop in, that the lives don't have to be very long. But for today, I wanted to pop in, say happy Thanksgiving to everybody. I hope everyone is enjoying themselves. And, oh yes, your sister did come for a few days, and, your posts were so happy sounding. So I know you fully enjoyed that visit with her. Because I don't think you get to see her as often in person, right? I'm trying to remember where she, lives in relation to you, but, so I'm glad you had that opportunity together. That probably meant a lot to you. That's why I think why I'm kind of excited for my daughters to come out here to us. At this house, it's 2.5 hours away from where they both live. And they're going to come out here and spend it with us. And, yes. Okay. So I didn't think she was in the same state with you, but, but I'm glad she made it out there to visit with you. So I'm excited to have our daughters out here tomorrow. It's not going to be a long trip. They both got to leave on Saturday, but it'll be just enough to celebrate as a family that I know my heart will be happy for that. And then we'll spend about a month at the other house before we come back here. AJ's a little more comfortable at this house, so AJ's doing pretty well. His back's been bothering him, but he was gotten up and about in his chair. So he's saving his energy today so that when the girls are here, he can be up in his chair tomorrow and hang out with them. And so he's still hanging in there. How are you doing? And so he's kind of quiet, when we're on our Zooms, but he did talk. So, a little bit, he answered. My family laughs because I always come up with trivia questions that I make him do to try and have fun during the Zoom. So, but he's doing well, I can't complain. He's going to be, his birthday is in February, so he'll turn 26 in February. Let's see, because his birthday is 1 week after mine. So mine's at the very end of January, and then his is the very beginning of February. So we're a week apart. So we're getting closer to his birthday. So, I hope everybody has a great rest of your day. I think I'm going to wrap this one up. I am doing a code for my cause. Yes, I know. And I feel like that has been a big decision maker in AJ too, that he does not want to go out around a ton of people right now other than family. So he's a little more anxious about that. Oh, you got all 3 now? You've gotten your booster? I don't think I can get my booster. I'm not, it hasn't been the right amount of months yet. I think I gotta wait till it's either December or January, I think, before we can get our boosters. So, and they just opened up the vaccines for the littlest kids, the 5 through 12, I think. So, 6 months. Yeah. And I think my second one was in June. So August, September, October, November, December. So I think that would be sometime in December I could get it. So I'll have to put that on the to-do list, I guess. Right. And, but I'm willing to do anything that's going to keep us all safe, that is going to protect AJ more so. He's the one I worry more about than myself. I don't know if that's just because I'm his parent, but I would rather want to make sure that he's going to be fine. So, but yeah, it's still out there, so we still have to be kind of careful about things. But as we've all said, that doesn't mean we stop living. It doesn't mean that we have to. So you got to go out with your sister because Texas is doing a little bit better. Yeah, I think Maryland's been doing pretty well too. So he just has no reason to go out right now. So, and we just limit, most of our trips are just to the grocery store or maybe Walmart. But he's a very good online shopper, I will say. AJ doesn't need to go physically to a store. He enjoys his online shopping, kind of like me. So, so he still gets that kind of stuff done, but yeah, so, so we're keeping tabs on that. We'll keep, being thankful every day, for each other. I'm thankful every day for each of you, to take the time to say hi, even if it's just on the Facebook and you like a post that, I think that lets people know that they're being thought of, that they're being encouraged and supported. So, You've got mail. Thank you so much, Joshua, and bless your family as well. You and Daniel and Christina and, everybody who has hopped on here. I appreciate every one of you. I do have all of these videos uploaded on my YouTube channel. Because it's under the same name as Conversations of Support with Laura, and I have all the different ones there because I'm doing some PTA ones too, but I also have these, I know, did you hear my notification on my phone? Sorry. It's the one notification I can actually hear. I can't hear a little ding and stuff like that. So I picked the old AOL, You've Got Mail. And I always forget that it's on when I do these, so you never know if it's going to pop up during the live. So, but yeah, so I guess I'm dating myself age-wise, right? Because I picked that one. These younger kids, they have no idea what You've Got Mail means, right? So they don't even know what AOL really is. But yeah, so I'm glad I brought a smile to your face. That so somebody sent me something, so that's why it went off. But yeah, so I've really enjoyed this live today. Thank you for being interactive with me. Yes, exactly, right? Do you remember when it was all dial up and it made that funky noise, and you had to wait for it to stop, and then everything loaded so slowly, and and the little, what was it, like the little hourglass would just spin, So yes, we've come a long way since then, right? So, yeah. But, well, that's something else that AJ collects. He has collected some old style computers from way back. The monitors that sit this far from the wall because they got that big bump in the back, Yeah, he bought one of those. We had one years ago, but he got rid of it. And so, I know exactly, right? And they don't know that, they don't understand, talking on a corded phone, that you could only go so far. You couldn't, you had to lay on the floor next to the phone, if you were going to talk for a while. You couldn't go to your bedroom with it, if you had no phone in there. So, yeah, instant gratification is what our kids know now, right? And what a lot of adults expect now too, when texts are sent and things like that. So, so I guess we ought to be thankful that creativity has allowed people to invent things like better Wi-Fi and internet services and cordless phones and cell phones and all that. You were an 80s, 90s kid. Yeah, let's see. Age-wise, I was graduating high school towards the end of the 80s. So, oh, Yep. I was born in 68, so I was more of, I guess, 70s, 80s kid. Because, yeah, I got married the end of 89, so, Yeah, exactly. Over a payphone. They'd be like, what does that mean you have to put in money? That you have to put in a quarter or a dime or whatever it was. But yeah, or even the cost of stamps. I'm thankful they have those forever stamps. Otherwise, I'd be having to buy stamps all the time. But yeah, things have changed since we were kids, and um, uh, there's still some payphones out there, but they have no idea how to use them. They don't know how to make a collect call either. But yeah, so things have definitely changed and gotten the better, right? So, so I guess we're all thankful for that. I'm thankful for this conversation. I love this, and this is what makes me happy when people jump on and we can chat a little bit. And I know I might go on live at a time when not everybody is available. Did you? Yep, yep. But how many did you get? Was it like a big roll of them, that you had to get? Yeah, I guess it's an ish, right, Joshua? Yeah. Everything comes with a little bit of, we all know everything in life has good and bad stuff. So, I just try to focus on the good stuff so that the bad stuff doesn't weigh me down, with that. So there are some negatives to having instant gratification too, because if you make a mistake, everybody instantly knows about it as well. So, $5. Oh, that should last you for a while though, right? So, yeah, I think I saw an ad that the post office is having um, a Black Friday deal on buying several, like a bulk amount of stamps. But yeah, well, who still collects stamps? I actually do buy their collector ones, and don't use them. I keep them as the full sheet that they are. So I like doing that. I did that. I started that as a kid. So every now and then as an adult, I'll get a sheet of stamps that I like to keep. But are they going up again in January? So it's better to get the forever stamps now. So you can pay less for the book of stamps. Yeah, yeah. So might have to look into that. So thanks for the tip, because I don't always stay up to date on all of that. So Costco had the deal. Very good. Okay. I don't have. I think there's a Costco around here. We have a BJ's, so I'll have to look. But I don't have a Costco account, so but I do have a BJ's one. So, but yeah, so, I've got to decide if I'm going to make some cakes tonight for when the kids come tomorrow. I made some cookies last night so that we'll have, because between my husband and I, he does all the food cooking. So he's done the turkey and the stuffing and all that stuff, um, and preps all that stuff, and I like to do the baking. Um, I have to admit I have gotten lax in sending Christmas cards over the last couple of years, and so I'm not as great about. I love getting them because I tape them to my wall. And then I'll leave them up all year. And then if they're picture Christmas cards, with the families on them, I save those and I add them to the pile that I decorate the wall with. So, but yeah, so I probably should get back into doing it, but I'm a little lax on that. So, Because I think, because it's so easy for us just to text or jump online and leave a Facebook greeting that says Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever the celebration is, Happy Birthday, whatever, we can do it immediately. But like my mother, she's so good at sending cards. I mean, she sent us a Thanksgiving Day card here, and we got it yesterday in the mail. But I'm always bad. I joke with my nieces, you got to give me 2 months leeway, grace period for your birthday cards. But even now that we can send electronic gift cards and you don't have to send a physical gift card anymore, makes it much easier. I could just send them an email. Um, Yes, yeah. So, and I keep all of my cards. See, that's the thing. If you send it to me, I'm going to keep it because I love keeping people's handwritings. I mean, I have cards from my grandparents that are haven't been with us for a long time, so I keep, ones from my parents, from my siblings, from, friends and all of that. So I know I need to find a craft or something where I can take some of it and, figure out a way to, I guess maybe scrapbook them, to save them instead of physically saving them, because someday somebody's going to just chuck them out. But I do still like a card, and I will send, sympathy or get well or thinking of you cards too. I'm just not always very timely in it, so you might get it a little bit after the holidays, that kind of stuff too. So, yeah. And, oh yeah, yes, because there are some really nice, pretty ones out there that would make a great. We used to, when I was a preschool director, I had a lady donate all of her cards to me. And what she did is she just kept the side of the card that had the messages and stuff, but she gave us the front cover so that we could make craft projects out of them, because they were so pretty and everything like that. So maybe that's something I should do, is just save the handwritten parts of it and then, do something with the fronts, framing it in a picture frame or making a collage or a wreath out of it, something like that. So now you've given me some ideas. I got to go look on Pinterest, right? Is that the other one? I try to stay off of that one. I'm not on that one as much now because you can get down a rabbit hole with Pinterest, So trying to come up with great ideas, but even like with recipes, I love going on to the internet and finding the recipes and Googling something and then trying it, so, because I like doing appetizers and the desserts. My husband does the main course, the middle of the meal, he does all of that. If I figure out something, I'll definitely post it and share it. But again, don't go thinking I'm going to get this done quickly because it's not going to happen. But I'm that crafter wannabe. Like I have ideas, but making myself get them done is a whole other topic, But so I maybe this winter when we're here and I'm not going anywhere, maybe I'll start something. I'll do something down here because I have more room at this house to do things like that. The other house, I just have to. When we go back, I need to start packing up some of my knickknacks and things that I want to bring here to this house since we're spending more time here. And then that way, our youngest daughter can decorate how she likes. So, yes, your wife likes to do the crafts and stuff too as well. So, so that's exciting. Gives us all something to do, something to work on. I like coming up with I'm good with like preschool aged crafts. What I need to do is figure out things that I can do as an adult that are not geared for little kids, you know. So, and I do have a lot of scrapbook stuff. I just need to bring it out and start using it instead of leaving it in one of those, you know, Rubbermaid type bins, you know, because I can't get rid of anything. So, you know, so I enjoy doing that. But, so I'm thankful that I have a little bit of time to be able to do that, you know. So, hey, Miss Teresa, how are you? Happy Thanksgiving. We're just chatting here a little bit. You know what popped up in my Facebook memories the other day, Teresa, was that it was 5 years ago when you got your little dog. I think it was Penny. Penny was first, yeah. So, and you brought her over here and we all did Thanksgiving together in Ocean Pines, and AJ got to hold Penny and all of that. I think Travis was with you, and so that was a fun memory to pop up. I have to admit, I am thankful that Facebook does have that category called Facebook Memories, you know, and reminds me what's happened 12 years ago, 1 year ago, 5 years ago, things like that. So I really enjoy doing that. So, you know, but yeah, so, well, I don't know what time it is now, but I am going to go see if hubby needs help with anything in the kitchen. And I will be back on tomorrow. We still have another Bible verse to do. Yes, thank you for the chat. Bless you too. I'm not sure exactly what time the oh good. Okay, it's only oh, well that's your I'm an hour ahead of you, so it must be 3:42 here, Joshua. So Maryland time is we're Eastern Standard, so we must be an hour before Texas. But so I will be on tomorrow at some point. I'm not sure what time our daughters will get here, so I may try to go live earlier just so that once they're here, I can focus on them. But we have a Bible verse to do every day for the last few days of November, and then I need some ideas. Do you want to still do a Bible verse a day in December, or is there a theme of topics that you want to cover that we can chat about? So yes, I think the boys have football on now. The boys watched we watched the parade this morning, and then the what is it, the dog show that comes on. So we enjoy watching that too. So, but I believe they've got football on now too. So on that note, I am going to wish all of you a wonderful, happy Thanksgiving. And, I appreciate each and every one of you. This video will be, uploaded onto YouTube, in a little while, but, happy Thanksgiving, Todd. We're just chatting and wrapping up, and because it's time to get ready to go finish making our meal. We're going to eat, I think, closer to 5 o'clock. So, bye, Joshua. And so we're just taking the time to say thank you to one another, to remind each other to, if you haven't told somebody that you appreciate them, go do it. Whether it's in a text or a message or a phone call, whatever, take the time to do it. And if you go out shopping this weekend, make sure you smile. And even if you're wearing a face mask, make sure you're smiling at them. We can all find the smile lines and things like that. So, all right. So I will see you all tomorrow. Okay. Bye.